I'm going to tell you something, my people. This COVID-19, okay, it is the worst thing I've experienced since 9/11. Like, I think, I'm trying to think of everything I've experienced. And this may be the worst. It's feeling real 9/11-y right now, dude. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz. Don't. All right, man, look. Danny Swift Garcia is now Arrow the True Spence, mandatory for the WBC title officially, and COVID. Oops. All right, man, look. Let's get to the video. First, I want to say this. The live stream last night. That was a great live stream. I was pleasantly surprised, and I shouldn't have been. The show business partners gathered around, showed up, had a conversation, and the live stream was supposed to be a triggered conversation where I touch a few buttons and we talk about things that we're very sensitive about. Glovegate, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder losing, Floyd Money Mayweather, and I was even willing to discuss race. But the showbiz, the adult community, we're just positive people. And we shook it right. Okay, we toyed with it a little bit, and then we start saying, hey, who will win, Canelo or Charlo? Is Charlo ducking Andre? Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Who is the best at 135? Showbiz, the adult community, very proud of this community. One heck of a live stream. Thanos. Look, this COVID-19 is such a heavy hitter, man. And honestly, I'm anxious. Black, 2 sugars. And here's the latest and what makes me so anxious. So, right now we know it's a pandemic, and for my nation in the States, the way the trend is going, it's going to get worse before it gets better, and that's the natural order of things. Okay. But they're saying that the death toll is forecast to reach 100 to 200,000 deaths in 2 weeks. That, I don't know, man. That makes me anxious. And they're saying that the quarantine has been extended to April 30th. Okay? I just heard President Trump say that last night or this morning. But the quarantine, if we don't comply, if we don't, everyone stay quarantined, social distancing is real. Make sure you follow the instructions to do so, to stay quarantined. If we don't do that, the death toll can reach up to 1-point-something odd million deaths in 2 weeks. Million. This is huge. I have show business partners who hit me up, said that they've tested positive for COVID-19. Show business partners. I have show business partners hitting me up saying that they've been laid off. Okay. So this is just huge. Now, I know the stimulus bill has been passed. So expect your checks soon enough. We can't go out there to spend the money, but we can make sure we get our mortgage and our rent paid. Okay. And whatever bills you got to get paid. At least that can last a month or two. It's not a ton of money. I think it's $3,000, something like that. I think it depends on how much you make, how little you make, actually, and how many children you have, how big your family, your household determines the check. But yeah, this is just extremely impactful. I did see the relief our nation's military, and I can only speak for the states right now, but our nation's military showed up in New York delivering supplies and hospital beds and all those things. And it's so fantastic that everybody's bearing witness to it. And to see something like that, even that is jaw dropping. It feels positive. It's something else. But I just haven't seen anything like this since 9/11. I'm going to say this. I'm going to have to go live for like a COVID-19 relief live stream just to relieve our minds and anxiety. Okay. I have to go live and we just got to, I don't know, sing old songs, rap old rap music, laugh at old comedies. We got to do something. We got to do something in this community. And it has to be just, I may have to do it today, later today or tomorrow, but it has to be extremely soon. I know a lot of you guys are just looking for some positivity, and this has been extremely impactful. And we're going to come together in this community and we're going to do something like that. We're just going to be laughing and joking and whatever, just to take our minds away, at least for an hour, hour and a half. All right. So let's talk about Danny Swift Garcia versus Errol the Truth Spence. Errol the Truth Spence, we know that after the Sean Porter fight, his next fight was going to be against Danny Garcia. Many people wanted to know why. Me, I knew Swift Garcia. I knew he had like the silver title, something like that. This was even before Red Catch. I knew that it looked like he was going to be his mandatory. I knew that. And Errol the Truth Spence wanted to jump ahead of that and just take him on before that even happens. Take him on, then take on Manny Pacquiao, take on Terrence Crawford, something like that. When people didn't understand Errol Spence accepting the fight against Danny Garcia, before his car accident, when people didn't understand that, I don't think they had the foresight, okay? But now WBC has officially made Danny Garcia the mandatory. The funny thing is the situation we're in with the pandemic, with Errol Spence, we don't know exactly where he is. Like, I know what he says, and I believe him that he's fine. But, more time, maybe he needs a soft touch, like his team would they, prefer a soft touch from Errol the Truth Spence. For Errol the Truth Spence. Errol the Truth Spence wants Danny Garcia, okay? Danny Garcia, I'm sure he wants Errol the Truth Spence, especially now. But the pandemic getting in the way and stuff like that. I don't know when this fight would happen, when it will happen. On top of that, I don't know if it would be next for Errol Spence. So you got this time after the pandemic and all those things for everybody to get back to normal. But then on top of that, Errol the Truth Spence, is he going to just jump at and fight Danny Garcia? I'm going to tell you this about Danny Garcia. I'm not sure if you guys follow him on Instagram, but the guy's a character. And I think he should be in theater. Like, this guy can act. This guy is This guy is hilarious. He's a very likable guy on Instagram. I think this guy should be in a movie or an action movie or something like that. Danny Garcia is hilarious. Okay? With that said, he is a fantastic fighter as well. I'd like to know what you all think in the comments below. We're not going to get any fights anytime soon. But for Errol the Truth Spence with Danny Garcia being his mandatory, that doesn't mean that they have to fight next. But that means that Errol Spence has to satisfy his mandatory. And I don't know how much time the WBC has given them. It's kind of hard to do that right now with the pandemic. So this is what I suspect, okay? This is what I predict. I think Errol the Truth Spence is going to take on a soft touch first, and then he's going to satisfy his mandatory. The only way he doesn't do that is if after the soft touch, Manny Pacquiao wants to fight him for a unification bout, or Terrence Crawford wants to fight him to unify. Unification bouts always trumps mandatory. So if something like that happens, then yeah. Until then, I don't know what Danny Garcia is going to do. He's not going to twiddle his thumbs while Errol Spence is preparing to take on the soft touch. So I'm not sure what Danny Garcia is going to do, fight an Ugas or something like that. I wouldn't mind something like that. But let me know how you feel in the comments below. I'll tell you this COVID-19 is really devastating, extremely impactful to say the least. And we all have loved ones. We all have, older, uncles, aunts, mothers, grandmothers, stuff like that. The elderly in our family that we have to look out for. So hold them close, okay? And I know, Easter's coming up and stuff like that, but we have to, the only way we can stop this thing from getting worse is we have to, have that we have to satisfy that social distancing, okay? We have to stay quarantined. Let's do less gathering and let's get this by the summer, okay? Because I'll tell you this, when the summer hits and if COVID-19 is gone, this is going to be the greatest summer of all time. ShowBizz the dope. I'm out. Huh.